Hello and welcome to another VUE video. Today we're going to be going over VUE Basics. This video is intended to help you get more out of your VUE, and by the end of this video you're going to be able to create your own workflows. So let's start with Design Studio. So I'm working with VUE software. This is a Windows application that I'm running from my laptop here. I've launched VUE and I get into Design Studio. This is what you're going to see when you first boot up a fresh VUE. So I'm going to create a new context. Let's call it VUE Basics. I'm going to choose a custom resolution and I'm going to specify 1920 by 1080 because that's the resolution of my screen. I'm going to create this new context and now I am presented with a blank canvas. So let's go over some of the basics. So in the far bottom left corner we have our general settings menu. Here I can create a new context, open a context, save this context as a different name. I can specify a screensaver, and I can exit Design Studio to get into operations mode. Moving on, I have an appearance tab where I can increase the global font size as well as choose a different or funky theme. So here I have the theme Bumble, or I can move into something that helps our audience determine the different features of VUE, which is Midnight Contrast. Next I can move into the Systems tab, and this tab is very important because this is where you're going to be linking your Magnum or VistaLink Pro or any sort of router system or external device that VUE is going to be controlling. It's probably going to be configured in the Systems tab here. So I'm going to configure the router control system. I have a Magnum system that's in our lab here at Evertz, and this is its IP address. So I'm just going to type in that IP address. I'm okay with the SDVM protocol. However, you could change it to be Magnum or Quartz or SNMP. Once I hit save and apply, now I can choose stuff like a name set. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to choose our demo name set. You'll be able to see all of the sources and destinations that are available in this interface just by clicking on that. So you're going to get information about these systems. And if you need to add a new system, you can come in, choose to add a different router control system or a multi-viewer control system or VistaLink Pro, etc. Now that I've added my system, what we're going to do is we're going to play around with some of the widgets. So these widgets are small building blocks that you can drag out onto your screen and configure them a lot like how you could play with Lego and build a dinosaur or build a rocket ship. I can build lots of different things because all of these small little functions can work together in different ways. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to bring out a stack widget. Once I drag it out onto the screen, you're going to notice a couple things. One, I can resize it. I could also click away from the small pencil icon. See the pencil icon right there? I can click away from that, and then I'm given some more tools to be able to resize it. I can click the resize button, and then I can drag the edges myself. And if I was working with multiple widgets, I can use some of the other tools to be able to configure them so that I get to choose which widget is on which layer, or I can group them so that they act like one widget. But that's for another video. Now, the stack widget, it also has specific settings that are unique to the stack. So here's the stack settings. I can choose to add multiple pages, and this is a way that we embed multiple functions or multiple different layers of control into a single workflow. So I could have router control on page 1 of my stack, and then I could have multi-viewer control on page 2. I've just clicked the add button and edited the name of these pages. If you need to, you can delete them, and I can even choose the orientation of where my stack is. I can choose between icons or text to represent these images or these stacks. You can put images on there. But now that I've come to like my stack here, I'm going to add a router control element to it. So I'm going to drag over the router control widget, and I'm going to use those resizing tools to get it exactly where I want. Now I'm going to edit this widget to be a little bit more comfortable for my users. So I'm going to click the pencil icon to edit the router control widget's specific settings. I'm going to change the highlight style to success. This is just changing the color, the tally color. So when I click on something, it's green. But if I were to change the highlight style to standard, it's going to be a little less prominent green. Warning turns it to orange, and error turns it to red. So I want the warning because it gives me a lot of contrast here. I'm also going to be able to modify how many sources and destinations I see at one time, and I can make sure that I get rid of any blank space. And let's make that font really large so that we can all see it. I can edit a couple more settings, so I can get rid of the lock button, the protect button, the destination toolbar at the bottom, get rid of the favorites bar and the quick filter, and I can choose whether or not I want to see which source is routed to a destination. Moving on, I'm going to now filter using tags that Magnum are being sent. I'm going to select a demo tag for my destinations and a demo tag for my sources. Tags are configured in Magnum, and that's going to be a different video that you're going to have to watch. Next, I really want this to be an explicit workflow where I have a take button. So now that my router control widget is up to my standard, I'm going to add a take button. So here's my router take button. I'm going to bring it out. I'm going to resize it. Let's make this really prominent, really big, so that my users know that they have to press take. So widgets themselves can link together. So if I click this router control widget, click the dot dot dot, and click this little bullseye button, this is actually a linking widget, linking functionality. So now I'm going to link my router control widget to my take widget. Now that I've linked it, they're now linked together, and when I get a destination and I route a new source or press up a new source, that take button is going to immediately light up and let me know that, do you want to confirm this action? And yes, I do want to confirm this action. If you want to, you can rename your view layout, but every time you exit Design Studio, what's going to happen is at the bottom, you're going to see confirmation that you have saved this layout. So I'm just going to hit escape, which is going to save my layout, context save right in the bottom right. And now what I can do is I can exit Design Studio and I can start using this workflow that I've built up. One thing to note is anytime that I'm making changes to a layout and saving a layout, Vue is pushing that layout to Magnum. All of these layouts, all of this configuration, it all lives inside of Magnum. So now, if I have lots of views and they have the proper authority, they can access this layout, grab it, and push it to their own UI. So it's going to be very easy for me to deploy this one layout to multiple layouts. My name is Spencer. Thank you for watching this video. Bye.